Hello Pisces, this is your March 2018 reading with Astro. So, let's jump right into the reading. You have a full moon in your area of the 7th house, all about relationships, romantic relationships, business relationships. Yes, Pisces, so all about your love relationships early on in the month, and business relationships as well. So you may get things might climax for you in terms of your relationships. You might decide to end one and start afresh immediately. Pisces does that. Pisces, you're guilty of that. You're going to end something and then you start something with somebody else and then you just quickly transition into another thing. Yes, Pisces, you're guilty. So that could happen in March. Middle of March, you have the 1st house, new moon, new beginnings in the way your identity, your identity. So the way you present yourself from a physical level, maybe a haircut, change the way you dress, your clothes. Yeah, maybe even the way you identify yourself from a deeper internal way. Pisces tends to be sensitive. You might decide to not to be as sensitive anymore and to find tips on being more I shouldn't say strong, because being emotional is strong, especially if you're a man. In order to my child is a Pisces. He's 2. I love him to death. But he's sensitive. I love that about him, but then I worry about him as well. And I worry that he may get under scrutiny, and how will he deal with hiding that aspect of himself? You know what I mean? I love him how he is, but other people might have something to say. And during those periods in your life where you have to change your identity, how will Pisces change that identity, that sensitive side? Because Pisces is quite a chameleon. Pisces can deceive, and they can misrepresent themselves and recreate themselves into all different aspects of the zodiac. So Pisces, what sign will you be this month? Will you really be a Pisces? Will you really be sensitive and emotional and dreamy and escapist? Or will you choose to be an Aries? Will you choose to represent yourself that way this month? And so that's what I think it's saying. Or are you a mature Pisces and able to just accept yourself as you are and say, hey, well, this is me. This is me. I'm not going to misrepresent myself or deceive you anymore and make you think that I am some actor or actress. I'll just be me. But then being you might just be an actor or an actress, which I have had to learn. I have a child who's Pisces, who's only 2, and I see the sneaky traits already. I have a husband who is half Pisces. And let me tell you, I thought he was Aries all this time. No, sir. But his love sign is in Pisces as well. So maybe the way he deals with me is Piscean. Oh, deceptive. I look at him and I'm like, are you being honest with me? What is the truth? What? And I'm not talking about deep topics. I'm like, is he trying to deceive me on this level? What is he trying to find out? Is he trying to shift and look for information? Because all this time I thought he was an Aries, and then I realized 2 years ago that he's a Pisces. Or he's more Piscean than I thought he was. And so I've realized the depth, and water signs as well, because I've had a lot of karmic relationships and issues with water signs, not romantic, but over the past couple of years, and I've realized how sneaky water signs are, how sneaky Pisceans are, how they ask you questions, and that is the intuitive nature of water signs. They ask questions, and when somebody asks you questions on the spot, you can't just lie Or especially, I'm a Virgo. I'm the opposite of Pisces. I don't want to lie. And if someone is close to you and they ask you questions off the cuff, sometimes you just answer and then you realize, but why did I give this person all this information? Why am I giving all this information? And then they can use it against you, or use it, against you. Or sometimes you just don't want people knowing all that information about you. And so Pisces, that's what you do. You are deceptive. You're very intuitive. And water signs are very intuitive. And how you're intuitive is by asking questions. And so and then you look and observe. And Pisces likes to confuse people. So they tell you one thing and then they tell you something else, and then you're like, what is he talking about? Or they try to confuse you in conversation. And so what I do is I write down everything that's said. And when they try to drop the switch on me, I say, hey, no. What you said was A, B, and C. And so I've learned how to get over on this deceptive, sneaky water sign, Piscean thing. But it's hard if you don't know that's how they are. That's how you are. And maybe that's something that you're deciding to change. Maybe you're deciding, that's another thing. My husband looks at lots of movies. That's his way of escaping. So some Pisceans tend to do drugs and stuff like that. Because all of them escape. All of you escape. But some people decide to do it constructively. So like when my husband relaxes, he looks at movies. Because he's able to understand the escapism and the deception that movies represent. Movies are not real. And he can be a chameleon and project himself into the movie for an hour and a half. And he's able to get rid of being deceptive by doing that. That's a constructive way of dealing with it, isn't it? Yeah. That's interesting. It's something I actually just realized that my husband did. He looks at movies in order for him to get that out of himself. So he doesn't have to deceive people. He probably still does. But he doesn't do it as much as he can because he looks at movies and he's able to identify with what's going on the film, so he doesn't have to bring it into reality. So at the end of the month, your 8th house, it's all about deep intimacy, sex, and money from your spouse or from other places where you didn't work hard for it. Inheritance, bank interest, insurance payouts. So you might just get money from a spouse, from bank institutions and insurances. You may have deep conversation with your spouse. You may have deep love making with your spouse. All of this is happening for you at the end of March. Enjoy that. Enjoy the money, enjoy the love making, enjoy the intimate conversation. Then we have a Mercury retrograde happening in your 2nd house. So, miscommunications at work. You don't want that. Work is hard enough as it is. Sometimes we're doing things we don't want to do. Sometimes we're talking and dealing with people we don't want to be talking with. Can you imagine miscommunications there? And all the power play that happens there as well. My Uranus has been in my 8th house. I've had spontaneous power struggles all over the house. I was saying to myself, oh my God, is this what adult life is? And I'm happy to find out that it's soon to be over. 8th house, Uranus, go away please. Power struggles, no more. I've had enough of it. I've definitely grown thick skin. I've understood how to defend and stand up for myself now more than ever, within relationships, within career, within friendships. I'm loving myself to the extreme. However, it's difficult. to deal with power if you don't have it. And that's why you need to learn it. But anyway, within the career sector, there's miscommunication happening for you. And it can affect your money. Money. Maybe money that's owed to you may not come as fast as it should. Communications at work that should come to you about promotions may not come in as quickly. You may not receive them. You may delete the email by accident. Things are not addressed properly. Things are not saved properly, and you have to do the work all over again, and you may look incompetent. Be careful, Pisces. Be careful, because you're already dreamy. You don't want people to say things about you. They talk anyway, but you don't want to give them more than they have to have. So Pisces, let us carry on with you, darling. So what's happening for you? There's an issue with your marriage or with work. Moving up in status in society, legal affairs. Yeah? So that's the issue. Could be romantic, could be marriage, it could be legal affairs. Or work. Status oriented. What's causing you is an air sign. Could be Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. Or a judge. Right? Might be working against you. You have an earth sign that was in your distant past. Maybe if you were married to an earth sign and an air sign tempted you. You could have had your employer in your past and another supervisor working against you from getting promoted. You may have had, air signs and earth signs trying to court you. And another air sign who is not as competent in your recent past. So lots of air signs, lots of earth signs coming around you. And there's been deception. Deception at work, maybe a supervisor and a boss picking sides and playing games and power struggles. Be careful with that. That's what's happening for you presently. In relationships, you have all these different options and none of them are probably real. You're being deceived. They're being deceived. Everybody's deceiving everybody else. And so you're feeling tied by your thoughts and by your words because you really don't know what to think. You're so accustomed of deceiving others that you don't really know how to deal with it when it's coming your way. But you should, because then you know what it's like. You know what the thought pattern is. But sometimes we can't handle a taste of our own medicine, so we feel very tied up. So you feel very tied up by your thoughts and wondering, is this deception? Is it not deception? Who is doing what to whom and when? You see that you're very passionate or very ambitious. And within your marriage, very passionate, or within your business, very ambitious. And there's an earth sign coming to you slowly. Or there's value coming to you slowly. So maybe in the past, there were big ways of making money and you made money, but then there was deception. And so you were reduced to being less valuable. Still valuable, but less valuable. Maybe losing a promotion, being demoted. Or moving from a marriage to now maybe having a divorce. So not having as much money, depending on if you're the man or the woman in the situation. But still having value. What you're wanting is devotion and love. From career or work. You're seeking love. You're seeking communion and culture and meeting with people. Water signs and Pisces, they want to get along. They have low boundaries. They like everybody to get along. They want to love everybody, and because of that, it's causing issues. And that is why you're being trapped by your thoughts, because you see you have no boundaries. You're allowing people to deceive you. You're being a bit too loving, and the way you're thinking is causing you problems. You need to divorce yourself. Stop deceiving yourself first. Before thinking about deceiving others and wondering who is deceiving you. First, clear up that you are not deceiving yourself. Tell yourself the truth. And then this is going to relieve the stress that you're going through here. And then the burden of you now changing and switching and dealing with the deceptive people outside of you and learning to deal with this demotion either in your relationship or your career is going to be easier to deal with. If you communicate without deception, it's going to be easier. Everybody knows where everybody is. But Pisces is in love with being misunderstood. And you're affecting even your own self. So you're twisting yourself up at work. You're twisting up your value systems in terms of your relationship. And you may have to walk away, or somebody's going to walk away from you, or career is going to walk away from you. There will be hope. Value will come in for you. You will be abundant if you wait to reap value from a relationship point of view. Good cards. Love is coming in. Healing is coming in. Justice is coming in. So, there's even more. Soulmates, stability. All of this is coming in for you. And I went right through the cards. So Pisces, soulmate, stability, moving forward with hope, value, abundance. You just need to wait for the right people to come in, and happiness is going to come in for you, as well as justice, Pisces. But before all these good things come in, you need to cut off this air person who's crossing you. Wife, husband, career partner. This person is crossing you. This person is probably deceiving you, and you are probably deceiving yourself. Cut off the thinking of deceiving yourself. Be honest with yourself. Take time to meditate. Then think and plan of how to deal with these people outside of you that's deceiving you. If you understand the deceptive energy within yourself, you can understand the deceptive energy outside of you. And then all the struggles you're going through will be worked out in the end, as I showed you the cards. Soulmate relationships are coming in. Love relationships are coming in. Career is going to be straightened out. Happiness is coming in for you. Everybody's going to get along. Just clear up the deception. Clear up the deception within yourself. Clear up the deception outside of you. But you first have to do it within yourself. You can't do it outside of you if you haven't realized that you've been deceiving yourself first. So Pisces, good luck with your marriage or your work opportunity. Take care of yourself. I love you. All the Pisces who've been with me from the beginning, I love you. Thanks for your likes, subscribes, and comments. Please continue to bring them and like and comment and continue, please. And those who are new to the channel, thank you. I appreciate you. Namaste. And take care of yourself. Love you. Hope to see you in a couple months, in a few months, in a few years. And continue to make this channel a success. Thank you. Bye.